We've got one crazy 1v1 for you today. We've got a 1 versus 1 between Stuart in the red playing as Amphibots versus in the blue Fahx playing as Hovercraft. However, we're going to have Silo, bazillion Krows, and even a Lucifer. Yeah, a Lucifer in a 1v1. I thought I was crazy too, but apparently the singularities do that these days. The red Amphibots, not rovers, even though it is a flat map. Look at how flat it is. It is completely purple because I selected the wrong thing. There it is. Very flat. These areas off. Pretty damn flat. All this blue. Perfectly flat. And of course, just a couple of very shallow couple of hills. Nothing major on this map. A lot of eco. 2.0 metal each. At least in the ones in the back of your base. And forwards 1.9. Not a lot of not a big difference. But still. A lot of maxes. So Canas River, very high eco. And with double geothermal, or like single geothermal per player, they can also get up quite good energy eco very easily. Reclimb on this map, there is a little bit in terms of energy eco, like a 500 there, another couple of hundred there, and another couple thousand in the middle. But generally, because it is only energy eco, only energy reclaim, generally people just don't go for that. Of course, on this map as well, with the river, the Canas River, running through the middle. Although I don't know where it's flowing to. Yeah, both hovers and Amphibots make a lot of sense. Hovers are the only vehicle that are actually able to pass through the middle. Not perfectly. They do have a couple of places where they definitely struggle a lot, because they cannot pass at all. Whereas Amphibots, they can pass everywhere in the middle. So won't really have the pathing obstructed by the rivers at all. Normally, of course, rovers or like bots can normally only pass either in the shallow water or here on those land bridges. But in this case, both factories are able to take advantage of the entire middle area. For now, Stuart with a little bit more energy eco. Not ahead in metal yet. A little bit behind even, like 1 metal. Oh, not anymore because of that overdrive. Wow, this is engaging content. It is. First engagement though, over here with a couple of daggers. 1, 2, but you need 3 shots from a duck. Duck, 130 burst, 300 HP on the dagger. So yeah, is indeed 3 shot. Bolus, 700 HP. So that's like 6 shots probably, 5 maybe. Don't really care to do the math right now. Yeah, I hope not going to. Keep yourself together. Anyways, important to note, expansion from Fahx. Faster, very fast, but very little defense. Stuart, a Lotus here, double Lotus there. With his headkeef, around like 3 maxes, just a single Lotus. Over here, of course, same thing, but this one is not really defended well by this Lotus. And over here, once again, starting off with the Lotus first. With his Fahx, just a single Lotus, and then just moving the commander forwards. Conch on weight, just to make sure that it is armored, so it doesn't really take any damage. Takes an hour for a single dagger, or even a couple of daggers, to take it down, because it is armored up. And now, when the threat is gone, you can just send it forward. Reclaim a little bit. It's not a lot, but like even just 20 or so more metal is always nice to have. Then over here, well, Archer, a bit of a radar riot, also classed as such, is quite nice. Burst damage on it is also pretty good. Not sure if it is a better matchup. 155, that's 2 shot versus dagger. Reload on it is 1.17, whereas reload on duck I feel like it's longer. Yeah, 2 seconds. So indeed, a lot more DPS, but also crucially, 2-shotting daggers, good AoE as well. Whereas duck only has a little bit of AoE. It does have some, but not a lot. And over here, Archer moving forwards. Also better range, significantly more range than dagger. But isn't fast enough to catch up. but neither is Duck. Because of course, well, Dagger is fast. It's a scout. And there they go. All of them cleaned up. Archer, not able to 1v1 a Bolus, I don't think so at least. Would be very... no. No, right? 2v1 sure, but like I don't think it 1v1's a Bolus. Well, assuming the Bolus is able to get in the range. Of course, when you stay at range, yeah, you do outrange them, so you will also just destroy the Bolus. Oh, actually, looking at those shots, Archer can probably 1v1 a Bolus. Bolus isn't that strong. It needs to slow its target down before it can actually, well, survive the battle. Is a bit annoying, of course. Triple dart is effectively what it is in terms of its weapon. And over here, dart being annoying, cleaning up the Lotus just when it is about to go up. And Quill is being chased off a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Because Mace, even though it can get there, is slowed down getting up this hill. Fusion from Fahx is already going up. The one from Stuart is not. And yet, Stuart, well, for now of course, because the reactor isn't up yet, even energy. More spread out though, so that overdrive will still be better. Not by the time the fusion goes up, but before then it should be better. Just because it is more evenly distributed along all of those maxes. Here you've got like 5 or 6 maxes that are not overdriven at all. Here another 4. And the one Fahx is building over here also don't seem to be getting any overdrive. At least not soon. Bolus over here is engaging a conch, which is already shut down. At least you would hope so. But it isn't, or it is, maybe it is, I don't know. Didn't look shut down to me, just looked like it was on wait, but didn't actually close. Bit weird there. Anyways, Stuart going for the Sparrow play, getting all of that nice little bit of intel on your enemy base. And there it goes. Jammer, not going to be that important, but a nice bit of vision. Fusion is up, so will be nice to see that. And important to find that as well. Sparrow finding the Cloakbot factory. And it even survives. Well, at least it seems to be surviving. Yes, there it goes. Good job, Sparrow. Only 350 HP and yet it survives. Over here, bit of a shame. Claymore not able to get a hit on at all because of the Faraday. But yeah, both teams heavily fortifying the ground, like the bridge. Even though, of course, both can just go through the middle if they really want to. Bolus being a little bit annoying, but should be cleaned up pretty soon, and like the eco should be rebuilt pretty soon as well. There it is. Geothermal from Stuart is coming up. So rather than going fusion, they're going for the more efficient, but slower to construct energy building in geothermal. Forwards over here, double archers still left. That Mace 1, that is 0 archers. And 1v1, Mace wins against Commander. Depending on the weapon it has and like other things. But this time around, Mace is about to go down. At least, I would assume so. Tickled by the loaders, but it does not go down. At least with those loaders there, it cannot engage against the Commander. And even against these double archers, those should be able to easily clean up the Mace. Going to take quite a while before it starts healing up again, and even then it is only by a little bit. Very scary forces from Stuart forwards, but important to note, there is something lacking, or at least way behind. You've got a couple of nice scallops, great. Huh? What's up? Oh. The pause. Great against dagger, not great against scalpel, not at all. Because over here is the thing you needed forwards as well. But you're on the duty, on your way to start commander sniping. But yeah, Lobster running ahead of all of those scallops, actually in the range of the commander. It is going down. This is a bit of a misplay there from Stuart. I mean, they're just chasing that commander, even though the Lobster could have easily given you the kill. Now you're engaging with just one scallop into an upgraded commander. I mean, it is still likely going to go down, but it's costing you way more than it should. Next Lobster. Oh, Stuart is falling apart a little bit. Not sure why. I don't see anything special going on where they're like microing a whole lot. Maybe I'm just missing something, but yeah, just a lot of willpower. Plate not in use currently. Geothermal is available, is up. But yeah, I don't see Stuart doing anything special. No pressure on their commander. So yeah, not sure where the... Oh, bowling. It's bowling time. Ooh. Lucky Stuart. Ooh, lucky to keep most of, or like a couple of those ducks alive. Claimer could have been bowling a whole lot more. Up north, finally a bit of pressure because of course Sling, nice little bit of artillery from the Cloakbot switch. Coming in from Fahx. Double fusion as well, so 140 energy eco. Looking good in that regard. And over here, couple of glaives. Once again, sniping a metal extractor. Could be moving forwards because the loader isn't up yet, but it will likely be up in time at least. Geothermal from Stuart is being upgraded, but that means for now that energy is lacking a little bit. That's the nice thing about fusion. If you want to get a second fusion, your first one doesn't go offline, which effectively happens when you go for advanced geothermal. Of course, for now they still have enough energy, so it's just costing them that overdrive. And there come more amphibious forces. Not really liking how spread out they are. Really just want to group them up, keep them safe, keep them around your lobster, especially those scallops. They're super slow on their own. Yet when you just throw them into your enemy, into your enemy's face, like then they can be devastating. They really can be. Grizzly sitting idle. There's 2k value over there. Idle. Lobster, at least saving the rest of the team, but doesn't save itself. Geothermal from Fahx also going up. Third fusion also going up. Fahx seems to just be taking this game. Looking at eco, not in the attrition, but if they go for eco, link their grids together and just get an insane overdrive, they should be taking this. Especially because Stuart is wasting... actually, yeah, Fahx is ahead in attrition as well. Stuart is wasting units. Sure, reclaim. For now they're going to be getting that, but look at all of those forces coming in from Fahx. If we look at the total value graph, Stuart is ahead, okay? Army value, apparently they are. I guess that's just double Grizzly for you. And oh, that is such a shame. I knew that this was going to be a bit of a weird match, or like a high intensity match and all that. But like, oh, EOS is next. But that EOS expects the fusion to be gone. Or like, hurt, at least. Right? Am I saying that right? 3500. No, you can actually just one-shot the fusion. Still though, if you want to go for factory, you do need that Inferno first. But yeah, hitting the mountain, 600 metal down the drain. Just hitting this army ball would have been a lot more valuable, of course. Hitting anything would have been more valuable. Probably was just going for all of those caretakers. There are a lot of them. Not yet 14 for Fahx, but 11. Still a whole lot. Radar in the back is at least spotting the geothermal. Does also know that it is not being upgraded. Where is the one from Stuart? Oh, Stuart. Stuart, please notice at some point. Please. Because this does hurt. Oh, geothermal being pumped into like 6 maxes. When it would at least be pumped into like 9. if these were actually spaced correctly. Oh, such a shame. Anyways, Fahx. Armoring up, turtling a little bit, and we were also able to see it before. Yeah, gunship plant going up and investing straight into a Krow. Does the EOS do it? Yes, it does. It goes straight through the shield. Shield that only like 1,000, maybe a little bit more before the EOS hit. But yeah, EOS going through, sniping the factory. Is that so significant? I don't think so. Yeah, especially because Fahx is already investing so much into the Krow. Did not know Silo had a range on this map. What do you mean range on this map? It has a range on every map. Anyways, going into the Aegis. So does hurt one caretaker, hurting a couple of solos. But there it is, the Krow is out. Where is it going? Is it going after the silo? Doesn't seem like it for now. And honestly, I would say good idea. Because if you go for the silo, and you might even destroy the silo, Stuart might think twice about investing more into the silo. What is the enemy base? Well, there is one grizzly, and there is a lot of things you can take down there as well. Go to the factory, take it down, go to the geothermal and go back home. Easy enough, right? And even without going back home all the way, you can just take a pit stop at those caretakers. So, there it is. Krow is coming in. Singular Razor. Make that 2. Is that going to be enough? Bombs are dropped only on a single Razor though. Factory going down. Sneak behind the hill and... or just go over. No, sneak behind. Razor won't see you. And maybe you're not going to the edge of the map, but you're still staying out of range mostly. Ah, completely out of range even. Alright. So, going across to the geothermal. And that is 1500 value. That is going to go down. It's a very expensive thing to go down. Oh, 6600. That is... I was about to say, that is not enough to tank the geothermal. So the Krow in fact does go down. Best offensive geothermal I've seen in a while, I guess. Not planned, but yeah. Geothermal is 9800, I believe. Let me just check that. 9500 damage. And you were, of course, quite close to the geothermal itself. So yeah, enough to just take that. Enough to take the Krow down. Launch destroyed. Hover platform very likely still going to go. No, it's not. Being healed up by enough caretakers that it is not going down. Caretaker should go down, does go down. And the Aegis does as well. Hover platform will stay alive at just a couple hundred HP. A lot of harpies. Quite nice because, well, grizzly, burst damage, mostly single target, but also because the harpies fly around a little bit erratically. He does miss a bit of its burst, and you can likely soak an entire burst with a single harpy. Not always, but likely you can. And also, scallops, of course, ballistic weapons, so trying to shoot the harpy is a bit difficult for them. And also they're just so slow, circle around them, and pick them off. Factory from Stuart, rebuilding the Empbot factory. And they also went into jump pods. Why do you want jump pods? For anti-air, Toad, makes sense against the harpies, alright. And just general jumping bot setup. Placeholder moderator. Not a setup I personally love, but hey, doesn't really matter. Clockbot factory over here as well, just for some raiding glaives. And a couple of Ronins to help out. Could be very nice, but defense is over there, for now at least, good enough. And harpies wreaking havoc. 5 more harpies. Running into quite a couple of loaders. But still, with 5 of them, 4 of them pretty healthy still. Shouldn't be too bad. Over here, Grizzly, do you get in range of the lance and do you have your weapon charged up? Because if you do, you can indeed snipe 1 and make that snipe 2. Because that was the lance that just shot. And that means 23-second reload and the Grizzly is faster. Nice bit of value you made there, Grizzly. Weird misplay there from Fahx, I guess. Because they didn't seem to be on attack move. But hey, maybe they were. Didn't really look at that. And the Harpies just sitting around. 4 of them still alive. Could be healed up if Fahx wants to. But no. Actually going to run forward into double loaders and Toad soon as well. Probably not going to be ideal. But still. Should be enough to clean up the loaders themselves. And you do. Good job, Harpies. But yeah, not really worth it for Harpies. Harpies 300 each and you just take down 2 loaders in exchange for 2 of your Harpies. Suddenly, Stuart at 104% attrition. Why is that? Well, they took the geothermal down on their side, which is an additional 500 value, and of course 2000 in just those lawns. Not sure though, because I feel like the swing is more than that, although, 3000 either way, yeah, I guess so. Sounds about right. Taking the geothermal down, couple of Harpies, yeah. That makes up for it. Anyways, nice raid with a singular duck. Being responded to by, well, quite a couple of bandits. But of course those still need to get there. You might be able to take the storage down. Is that the only storage Fahx has? It likely is. Don't see one currently. So there it is, and no, they do still have a storage somewhere. Ah, there it is, the walking storage. The heavy Fahx machine. Still, let's take a look at our value graph. Total value ahead for Fahx, but as you were already spoiled, yeah, army value way ahead now for Stuart. This is still expensive. But yeah, eco is still better. Fahx's eco consistently better, even though they are being pushed here. And of course, now that they're finally pushing back, 4000 reclaim, that is soon likely going to fall into the hands of Fahx. The 8000 forwards being cleaned up by that Fahx machine. 34 build power on it, so it is gone quick. Whereas Stuart just has the engineer but green on the plateau, just building a couple of mechas. Important job, of course. And especially because you are facing off against multiple lawns, it's quite easy to just have it get sniped. But for now, Fahx machine doing a good job, getting a lot of reclaim. And over here, second Crow. Alright, spotted of course, through the gremlins. Toad there as well. Alright, very nice. 3000 HP gone on the Crow just like that. Faraday could throw a wrench in your plans, but no it doesn't. He leaned up like that, but already, yeah, 40% of your HP gone. That is not looking too good for you. Single Razor in the home base, but yeah, Toad is being rushed up, 2 of them. Well, I say rushed on low priority, but still, are going up. And of course, going into the silo, into the Cloakbot factory isn't an option either, because you're sure to lose the Crow. That effectively renders this Crow useless, at least to me. It is going to be raiding a couple of maxes, but you've got a 4200 metal worth unit that's just raiding. And even though it's flying, and should be able to get out of there, 7000 HP only. Well, anglers are going forwards. With the anglers forwards, I mean, I guess that is good for the other Crow. But yeah, anglers forwards means that this Crow is likely going to survive. Shouldn't be able to take this base down, but it still is likely going to just go around without having too many issues there. The other Crow, as we were also able to see, heavily damaged, but of course very close to the heavy fax machine. That's like 40 plus build power just there, and an additional 10 if you count the Quill. Huh? Fahx? You alright, bro? I mean, manual weapon does take the constructors with them. The caretakers, 1300 value. Were you not able to save it? Were you not able to take it around? Maybe that wasn't an option, and then sacrificing it like that could have been good, because otherwise you might have had 0 value. It just doesn't feel right, I guess is the best way to describe it. Eco though, very good. Reclaim, over 50 reclaim from Fahx. Stuart now also reclaiming a little bit again. But still only at 70, whereas Fahx is consistently at like that 100 eco mark. Over here, well, we've got another move command by Stuart that is being very effective. Either weird units handling from both. Not a lot of micro going on. Here as well, I mean, Fahx could just bomb it. A little bit late on that, but hey, doesn't matter all that much. Once again though, only 4000 HP. Has already used its manual weapon. Still, Razor is gone and Fusion is as well. Crow going down from the blast, so factory does stay up. But yeah, with pretty much everything gone there, the bandits can come in, clean up, and the factory is also going to go down, or at least it should go down. If not to the bandits, it should go down to the lawns. But it really should go down to the bandits. Alright, well, let's just look at that a little bit later. But yeah, it should go, should get cleaned up by Fahx, no issues. Fax machine, healing up things, repairing, but apparently getting a big push going over here for Stuart. Couple of scallops available, so bandits are going to have a bit of a hard time. But a good number of rogues available as well. Rogue does outrange moderator, which is the only real... No, you do also have your buoy here. But well, still, buoy also more likely to get hit by rogue than rogue is by buoy, I'd say. I'd say so, right? Yeah. Especially because, of course, rogue should also be longer range. Yes, it is. And also, like, buoy shots, even. No, rogue is slower. The rogue shots are slower than the buoy shots. So, Fahx holds on, up north, holds on, in the base. And there's a lot of reclaim all around. Fahx is already cleaning up that 3000 over there. The 6000, Stuart really should get on that. I mean, the fact the commander is not doing a whole lot. Could get there quite easily. It's not that vulnerable of a position. And of course, the forward area here. This section. I mean, those should have been cleaned up a long time ago. How much reclaim does... Yeah, Stuart, only 8000 reclaim. That's not a lot. Normally they're a lot better at that, right? Yeah. I feel like they are. But especially this area here. Those lawns went down like 5 to 10 minutes ago. Grizzly as well. Still not being cleaned up, even though they have, like, had quite a couple of constructors around, but I currently don't really see them. 3 constables only, of which 1 at least idle. Make that 2, which means that only the one that is currently at the factory is not idle. How many conch? 4 conch. 7.5 build power each. Pretty decent. One of them is building up your overdrive grid. Alright, that's very important, of course. But we'll only after that start reclaiming, and the other one is reclaiming the entire field. Having to walk a long time between pieces of scrap. I understand why you would just say, okay, let me just reclaim everything. Makes sense, but especially because there are such concentrated patches of metal, it would be very worthwhile to just get that. And over here, with at least one caretaker, Stuart will be doing that. It's just that, yeah, 6,000 still available. Puppy could be another option, of course. Just multiplying, grey gooing your puppies. And I mean, you can get a lot of them. Puppy is 45 metal each, I believe. Right? Not the firewalker. 1 unit. Yeah, 45 for a puppy. And advanced geothermal is back up and running. This time around, linked up way better, but still not nearly linked up to everything. So overdrive could still be better for Stuart. Over here, the linking from Fahx seems to be a lot better. So yeah, 21 versus 26, even though they're investing like... no, I guess the Stuart's overdrive is still better just because they have a little bit of energy around all of the maxes, whereas, well, yeah, Fahx still missing 3 completely, no overdrive on those and such. Whereas even these still making like half a metal extra, even though they're not linked in the grid. But yeah, surprised that like Stuart is investing so little into overdrive out of that energy income. Yeah, a little bit surprised, especially because the reclaim and just, yeah, not general metal, but especially reclaim, is so much higher for Fahx. Once again, sending your grizzlies around. I mean, wouldn't it just be worth it to just take this? I mean, oh well, yeah. Just take it. Yes, just take it. With a Lucifer in a 1v1 game. That's a bit of a standoff thing. Yeah, you're not going to be cleaning that up anytime soon. Not with your couple of grizzlies or so. Then you would need like another silo. Something like that. Maybe a spider switch for Widow, though of course that is way more difficult. Because getting that in range, ooh, that's going to be a struggle. But yeah, Stuart once again getting that Cloakpots factory set up north, triple caretaker. So yeah, reclaim over there, 30 per second, likely, possibly more even with their commander. Other side has taken down a couple more maxes from Fahx and is pushing once again. Next Firewalker is up, alright, is going to be very nice, though Dirtbag is a pretty tanky unit. Not insanely tanky, but for its cost of course it is. And it is also going to be annoying for Fahx themselves if they do just destroy all of them at the same place. Still, it's going to be nice with the Firewalker. Airplane switch. Did Stuart see something I did not? I don't think so. But I hope to see this pan out exactly as Stuart hopes it will. There they go. Boom. Oh, such a shame. Only a single fusion going down. Ah. But hey, there is the next crow from Fahx. Going in. But where is it going? Because it should also be like focusing on this a little bit or on that. Because, yeah, Fahx is being overwhelmed a little bit now. Being hit in the back by a couple more glaives. In the side by a couple of scallops. And a crow. Going forward into a pretty good concentration of units. Great place to hit. And home base is likely too much. Yeah, too much anti-air there. So the crow shouldn't go there. No way it survives that. But even here, it is still a bit of an issue. It really is. It is a bit of trouble there. Only 4,500 HP left. 3000 HP left. But it should survive, and it does at least for now. Oh. Anglers not in range of the Crow. But yeah, looking at the bases now, just purely on map control, Fahx has that, and Fahx has their home base. I don't think Fahx is going to win this, and they don't think so either.